In today's video, we will talk about one of the most interesting books in all of history. This book is called the Book of Enoch. Now, before I get into this video, I would like to say that there are several different versions of the Book of Enoch. This particular version, which I'm going to be reading from, was written in the year 1998 by a certain Lawrence Gardner. This version contains extra material that was not found in other versions. So it's an updated version with extra information. And what makes this book so unique is that it's basically a continuation of the Bible. It continues the story where the Bible left off. It was written in the style of the Bible, so you can actually mistake it for a biblical text if you read not careful. So here's the deal. After the death of Moses, Joshua became the leader of the children of Israel, and after Joshua died, a period of judges ruled over the nation. Then came the time when Israel cried out for a king. God allowed them to have a king, and their first king was Saul. And after Saul was rejected by God, David became the second king of Israel. When David was an old man, he knew that his time was near, so he decided that he wanted to prepare his son Solomon to become the next king after him. So David had all the material ready to make the garments for the temple of the Lord. He made sure that everything was set in order for the construction of the temple. He gathered all the skilled craftsmen, and he laid all the plans on their shoulders. So when David was ready to go to be with the Lord, Solomon was able to take over and finish the project of building the temple of the Lord. But the thing is, this isn't where the story ends. If you think the story of Israel ends with the building of the temple, you would be wrong. The Book of Enoch tells us that after Solomon built the temple, he went on to do some very strange things. Here's what the book says. And it came to pass in the latter days of David's reign that he said unto Solomon his son, See that thou build an altar for me in the high place, where the Lord spoke unto me, where he said unto me, Build thou me a house to dwell in, to offer sacrifices, and to burn incense. But the Lord said unto David, In the place where thou art, I have established Jerusalem as the city of David. Yea, in that place only shall my name be named, and there will I establish the offspring of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. For I will have mercy on them, and I will forgive their iniquities. And I will have no more sacrifice in the morning, or evening, or Sabbath, or new moons, or unleavened feast, or feast of tabernacles. For I will restore their kingdom in the land of Israel, and I will cause the offspring of Israel to grow and flourish there, and they shall dwell there in peace. And they shall build houses and plant vineyards, and enjoy the fruit thereof in security. Then he said, Hear ye now my words, O children, for your ways have not pleased the Lord our God, so that he has taken away the kingdom from you, and has given it to another. But even in another there shall be strife, and there shall not be of the offspring of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob among the nations, but only a remnant shall be saved. Therefore I desire to show thee the hope of Israel concerning the time when he shall be sought for and found. Lo, this is the hope of my son Solomon, that he will seek for the Lord and find him. After that, King Solomon built the altar at the place of the Lord, where he burned incense offering and sacrifices before the Lord. And the Lord said unto him, Because thou hast done this thing, and because thou hast burned incense and sacrifices before me in the place of the Lord, I will make thy seed like the dust of the earth, and I will give it to the wind seed, and it shall be carried abroad. And all that is put into it shall come forth, and it shall come to pass in that day of the Lord, that I will cut off from the fruit of thy belly the driving and the driven, and I will bring the offspring of David, the offspring of Jesse, to reign, and they shall reign in Israel. And the Lord also spoke unto him. In that day the Lord said, Come unto me, thou that art my firstborn. And with my sword I will kill the firstborn of Satan. Then King Solomon began to tremble, and he said unto the Lord, Thou hast spoken unto him concerning the offspring of David, the offspring of Jesse, and thou hast said unto me, I will bring them to reign in Israel, and I will kill Satan's firstborn with my sword. Who is the firstborn of Satan? Then the Lord said unto him, Arise, take thy staff, my servant, and strike the rock that is in the wilderness. And he arose and did as the Lord had spoken, and struck the rock with his staff. And lo, there came forth water out of the rock. And he said, What is this water? And the Lord said, It is water of trouble. And then the angel Uriel came forth, saying, Blessed be the name of the Lord, the Most High forever and ever. For the sentence of death was pronounced upon Satan in the presence of the Lord. And the Lord said unto him, Speak, what is this water? And Uriel said, This water is a water of trouble, and it is prepared against the evil thoughts of men. And I am commanded to seal up the fountains of the earth, that none of the waters may fall into the sea, nor may any of the waters flow into the rivers and streams of the earth, but that they may be kept for the day of washing, the day when the Lord will wash away the sins of his people. Then the Lord said, Take thou a censer full of fire from the altar, and cast it into the water of trouble. And he took a censer full of fire from the altar, and cast it into the water, and the water became blood. And the angel Uriel said, This is the blood of the covenant. I am the firstfruits of the Lord, and he that rejoiceth in his righteousness. And I shall be poured out for the salvation of the world, for the remission of sins, and for the cleansing of the unclean. I don't know about you, but this is definitely a continuation of the story of the Bible. It starts right where the Bible leaves off, with Solomon finishing the building of the temple. It talks about how his line will eventually be replaced by the offspring of David. We also learn in this book that Jesus himself is the firstborn of David. Then it goes on to tell us about a war in heaven between good and evil, where the fate of the world hangs in the balance. And we learn how the archangel Uriel warned the children of Israel about what was going on in heaven. You need to understand that the Book of Enoch was written hundreds of years before Christ was born, so it gives us an insight of what was happening during those times. This book also tells us about the fallen angels that rebelled against God. The fallen angels were led by a fallen archangel named Azazel. Azazel was once one of the most powerful angels in God's army, but he fell and taught men how to make weapons of war, how to trap animals, how to build fortresses, how to commit sin. So you can see that Azazel was a very influential spirit that caused humanity to turn away from God. In the Book of Enoch, we learn that there was another angel that also fell, and that angel's name was Ramiel. This angel fell in love with a woman named Astarte, who was also called the Queen of Heaven. The two of them rebelled against the Most High God and started worshiping themselves. They started a religion based on astrology. So the Lord said to Enoch, Behold, the Lord spoke to me, saying, Go forth and hide yourself from the face of the Lord in the cave of the south, and tarry there until the anger of the Lord is turned from wrath and vengeance, from pursuing and destroying, and from dealing with this wicked generation, and from punishing and smiting them. And he shall leave them in astonishment and fear. Then afterward my servant Enoch shall arise from before the presence of the Lord. The Lord showed Enoch the future of the world. He showed him how his own son Methuselah would father children, and the line of Seth would continue. But then Enoch saw the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, and he saw the flood that was coming. And he was shown the wickedness of the hearts of men. And the Lord told him, All these will I destroy. All these will I blot out from the face of the earth. But there shall be a righteous remnant in the land. They shall be saved by the Lord. Now, the main reason why this book was written was to explain the reason behind the destruction of the antediluvian world. And the answer is sin. God made it clear to Enoch that the reason why he destroyed the world was because of the sin of men and the sin of the angels. Now, before I end this video, I want to give you a word of encouragement. No matter what kind of trouble you may be facing in your life right now, know that God still has plans for you. Like Enoch, you too may have to flee from the face of the Lord because of your sin. But just like Enoch, you will have the opportunity to come back before the Lord after you humble yourself. So never give up. Keep believing in God, keep praying, keep reading the scriptures, because the Lord is still in the business of saving sinners.